Today, we're going to learn some new phrasal verbs, a few new vocabulary words, hear about the oldest recorded bear attacks ever. Plus, we'll find out why making fun of bald people might be more dangerous than you think. Let's jump in, shall we? The oldest recorded account of a bear attack found in the Bible in the second book of Kings. This passage describes an event during the prophet of Elijah's journey to Bethel. According to this narrative, as Elijah was on his way to Bethel, a group of youths came out of the city and began to mock him, saying, "Go up, you bald head, go up, you bald head." Elijah, angered by their disrespect, cursed them in the name of the Lord. In response, two female bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. The Bible does not specify the species of the bear involved in this attack, but it is likely to have been the Syrian brown bear, a subspecies of the brown bear. This bear, once widespread across the region, now includes modern-day Palestine, Israel, Lebanon, and Syria. The Syrian brown bear is smaller than other brown bear species, with males averaging around 135 kilos or 300 pounds, and females slightly less, but they are still formidable predators. The biblical narrative likely reflects the historical presence of these bears in ancient Israel, making the Syrian brown bear the most plausible candidate. So bear in mind, the story from the Bible not only is the oldest recorded bear attack, but this ancient story was meant to teach a lesson, not just to entertain. Moral of the story: insulting someone about their baldness might just wake the sleeping bear. Better think twice. Other synonyms for bald head: baldy, slaphead, chrome dome, baldy locks, and cue ball. Following that, the next prominent recorded interactions with bears comes from the Roman era, where bears were used in brutal gladiatorial spectacles. While the biblical narrative provides a story with a clear moral lesson, the Roman accounts highlight the use of bears in entertainment, marking a shift in how human-bear interactions were documented and perceived in ancient history. During the Roman Empire, especially during the rule of Emperor Commodus, it was common for exotic animals, including bears, to be pitted against criminals, prisoners of war, or even gladiators in the Colosseum. These events were a form of public entertainment and showcased the power and control of the Roman state over the nature and distant territories. Commodus was notorious for his participation in these spectacles. The Historia Augusta portrays him as a ruler who often took part in the games, killing from a distance with a bow or javelin. Commodus was like a bear with a sore head whenever his vanity was challenged. It was best to stay out of his way. While there are mentions of bears being used in the bloody spectacles, detailed personal accounts of specific bear attacks on individuals are sparse. The emphasis in historical records was more on the entertainment value and the display of power than on the chronicling of fates of the individuals involved in the attacks. This period sources, such as the Historia Augusta, often blended fact with propaganda, which means that while the events described likely occurred, the specific details and motives might have been exaggerated or fabricated to serve a narrative. 100% fact. Fact. Commodus was the son of the emperor Marcus Aurelius. He had a penchant for declaring himself a living god, even associating himself with Hercules. Fact. Commodus was assassinated in 192 AD. His death was orchestrated by members of his inner circle, including his chamberlain and a wrestler named Narcissus, who strangled him. This event is widely collaborated with several historical sources, not just the Historia Augusta. Fact or fiction? The Historia Augusta describes Commodus with an exaggerated level of eccentricity and madness, claiming he renamed the months of the year after himself and that he fought in over 700 gladiatorial contests, which he always won. While there is evidence that Commodus did participate in gladiatorial combat, the number of contests and the extreme nature of these stories are likely exaggerated for a dramatic effect. The Historia Augusta often delves into conspiracy theories and fabrications. For instance, it includes tales of bizarre behavior, such as Commodus claiming to be the reincarnation of Hercules. Also, that he decapitated an ostrich in the arena and then held up its severed head to intimidate the senators and the audience. What do you think? Fact or fiction?